Hello everyone, this is Austin from Raw Bliss. I got another story time today. Back when I was about 16 years old, I went to some raves. This was like my sophomore, junior year in high school. And 16 was like the point where they let you into the rave with like a parent's permission. And God knows why or how 16-year-olds get into raves, or, kind of crazy. Because usually people go to raves and they, drink a lot or they do drugs, and yeah, they let 16-year-olds in with a parent's permission. So I went to a few raves, maybe like 3 or 4, and then like that was it. But one of the raves was like a foam party, and we were taking ecstasy like at the time, and the foam, it's just like you go into a club and it's just filled with bubbles and you're like dancing and you're sticky, and the reason people do it is because it feels good when you're on ecstasy, like the soft bubbles and stuff. But yeah, we went there at like 10 p.m. and then we're just like soaking wet at 2 a.m. It's like out there in the cold waiting for like a ride. I think my friend's mom like picked us up. We were like, it was really like not fun. And then you're like coming down off of ecstasy at like 2 a.m. and you're depressed for the next like 4 days. And that was one of the raves I went to. Then another rave I went to with a different group of friends, because my friend's boyfriend, he was like 21, so he like could bring us alcohol and stuff. But like I wasn't really into drinking much. Like my girlfriend, she drank a little bit, but he brought like a Four Loko, which back then it was like they still had the caffeine and the alcohol in there, like before they like banned it, or I think they took the caffeine out or the alcohol out or something, but they changed it and they banned it. But this was before all that, and we're really doing construction. It's like 5 p.m. But this was before all that, so we were like on the way to the rave like at 9 p.m. at night, and I took like a few sips of the Four Loko. I'm not really big into alcohol. I just like took a few sips, not enough to get like a buzz or anything. But my girlfriend, she was into it. And then they also had these things called triple C's, which I had like a previous experience with, which is not good at all. Triple C, it's like Coricidin cough and cold. It's like a cough medicine that's really high in dextromethorphan, which is like people use to get high and stuff. And yeah, really bad drug to get into, really bad stuff. But yeah, we had all that, and then we were like smoking weed in the car, and this was like on the way to the rave. And then like when we actually got to the rave, our friend who, we're all like 16, 17 years old except for my friend's boyfriend, and yeah, she ended up finding some ecstasy for us, and it's like, oh, do you want the blue dolphin, the pink pokeball, or like the green Charizard or something? So it's crazy names, and you're like, it's like they're marketing to kids with these type of drugs with these names and stuff, but they're like serious drugs. Like it's trying to mask the fact of how dangerous these things are. And like back then, I was like, oh yeah, whatever, man, just like it's cool doing that. I don't think my mom knows about this. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. But yeah, I did ecstasy a few times. Really, really. Construction. Really bad drug. Like, you get really happy and like euphoric, and like you're dancing, you have a good time. Things feel nice and soft on your skin. But it's very like, it's just like that night you have like a great time, and then it's like 4 or 5 days of a come down that's just like hell, and you're just so depressed and you're like deep in a hole. pretty much. But yeah, when we finally got to the club, we were like dancing, have a good time. I think it was like St. Patrick's Day or something. There was some type of event going on, and there was a DJ that my girlfriend liked, and we were having a good time. We were dancing. We were really dancing. We were like getting really hot. Those places are so hot and sweaty. It smells like straight up BO. But no one really cares. It smells like BO and drugs, like BO from someone who's doing a lot of drugs. And there was like an outdoor section. People smoked, and I like tried to go out there to get some fresh air, but it was just like a cloud of cigarette smoke. And yeah, but anyways, the rave scene's a bit crazy. And then like I remember seeing my girlfriend like on the floor, like after like 3 hours we were there, and she's just like sitting on the floor, like just looks so out of it, like she's about to pass out. And I'm like, I tell her friend Marcy that we're there. Oh, maybe I should. Oh, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I tell my friend, and they like go to the bathroom together, and I don't know if she like pukes or something, but yeah, we had a pretty crazy night, and then we leave there at like 2 a.m. All the raves they end at like 2 a.m. because that's like when the bar closes. And like just like these were legal raves. Like they actually let 16-year-olds in as long as you have ID and like parents' permission. We were there with her boyfriend, and we had all the bracelets, the candy. Like my girlfriend made me bracelets like with different names and stuff on them, and it was funny. And I had the gloves with the lights on the end, and I was like, do like cool things to people who are on drugs, and they think that's entertaining. But yeah, we left at like 2 a.m. just like absolutely destroyed, coming down off of all these drugs. And I was like, I think I took the Blue Dolphin. It was like a triple stack, and supposedly it was cut with caffeine. Don't do these things, you guys, especially if you're not testing them. At least test it to make sure you're getting MDMA. Sometimes these things don't even have MDMA. They can have meth, they can have heroin, they can have, God knows what else. But the Blue Dolphin, supposedly, it was cut with caffeine. And yeah, who knows? But it seemed all right. Like, oh God, don't do these things, you guys. Like, it's so bad, of course. Like, now looking back at it, I can say that, but like, it's one of the worst drugs, I think, because people slip in all these different chemicals. Like, anyways, yeah, my girlfriend took like a pink Pokeball or something. She took like a quadruple stack. Crazy stuff. Anyways, that's pretty much the craziest story from like my rave days. The 3 or 4 raves I went to, I went with a few different friends, and yeah, we pretty much just took drugs, stayed up till 2 a.m. and then came down for the next like 4 or 5 days were just absolute hell. So yeah, don't do drugs, don't do ecstasy. It's one of the worst drugs. It's not worth the 6 hours of happiness or whatever you get, like euphoria. It's like not worth it at all. Super bad. But I think that's it for the rave. That's like the craziest thing. The bubble party was so weird, and like I remember just like my clothes were so soaked, and I never want to do that again. But after that, I never wanted to go to a rave again. But looking back, like now I wouldn't go to a rave, maybe. No, probably not. Like just for the dancing, the music, like it's great. It's amazing. Like I like electronic, dubstep, Sometimes drum step. I like drum step. More like electronic, like slower paced stuff. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know about the vibes, because it's just like a bunch of drunk people. It's a bunch of people on drugs. It's just like not the type of people I want to be around anymore. At the time, I was like, oh yeah, drugs. Woo, let's do drugs. And let's look at lights, pretty lights. There were like cool light shows on the stage too and stuff, and the DJs were pretty hype. I forget who we saw. We saw like Liquid Stranger or some cool, well-known DJ. But anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for more. Let me know your comments down below. Let me know if you've been to a rave before, if you know what I'm talking about, or if like this sounds absolutely absurd to you and you would never go to something like that. And you would never do something like that, or yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and that's it. Nice afternoon here in Vietnam. Little trash fire going on. People love to burn the trash. How about a nice peace and love for this thumbnail? Yes. Bye, guys.